My dear viewers, my well-wishers, my patrons, and my students, please be online. I am live and I promise to discuss with you gerund and infinitive. Last night I discussed with you gerund and verbal noun. Clear? I promised to give a lesson on the difference between gerund and infinitive. What is gerund? I have already mentioned several times that gerund is actually a nonfinite verb that acts as the subject, that acts as the noun. Clear? Hello, my viewers. Please tell your friends that I am online. I am giving a lesson on English grammar, gerund and infinitive. Hello. Hello, my viewers, my well-wishers, my patrons, and my students. Then, gerund is a nonfinite verb and it is used as the noun, that is, as the subject, as the object, and as the complement to the preposition. Clear? So, for example, walking is good for health. Hello, hello, please join the class. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, walking is good for health. So, walking is actually present form of the verb plus ing, present form of the verb plus ing, okay. Let us do our duty. Please tell your friends that I am live, I am online to discuss a very important grammatical item, that is gerund and infinitive. What is the difference? Clear? So, walking is good for health, present form of the verb plus ing, used as subject, and infinitive is also the nonfinite verb that can be used as subject. For example, walking, instead of walking, you may use to walk. To walk is good for health. To plus present form of the verb. Clear? To plus present form of the verb. So, walking is gerund and to walk is infinitive. Present form of the verb plus ing used as subject or object or complement to the preposition is gerund, but to plus present form of the verb, to plus present form of the verb can be used as subject and it is called infinitive. What is infinitive? infinitive is actually a non-finite verb. Infinitive is actually a non-finite verb, and this non-finite verb can be used as both subject and object. For example, what I like, please like, comment, share. If you think that this video will come to your benefit, I fervently hope that all of you will be benefited if you listen to this video very attentively without skipping a single word or a single sentence. My dear viewers, now what I like is drawing and painting. So drawing and painting are acting as the object. Clear? Drawing and painting are acting as the object. Now you can use this drawing and painting, that is gerund, you can use as infinitive. For example, what I like is to draw and to paint. Clear? So to draw, to plus present form of the verb, and to paint, to plus present form of the verb, both are infinitive. So infinitive is also a non-finite verb that can be used as subject, that can be used as object. Clear? Another example I am giving. For example, gossiping in my leisure time is the source of pleasure to me. Gossiping in my leisure time is the source of pleasure to me. Clear? So gossiping is gerund. It is acting as the subject. It is acting as the subject, gossiping. Non-finite verb. It is acting as the noun. It is acting as the subject. Clear? Gossiping. But if you use, hello my dear friends, my dear students, hello, just like, comment, share, and listen to me what I am telling you. Just I am discussing you. I am not teaching you, my dear viewers. I am discussing with you what is the difference between gerund and infinitive. Clear? I know that there are some students who attend my class, and I also know that many of my viewers like this class on grammar, English grammar, and they clear their doubt. So gossiping in my leisure time is the source of pleasure to me. Clear? So gossiping is gerund, present form of the verb plus ing, acting as the subject. That means acting as the noun. Clear? Now, in the place of gerund, you can use infinitive. For example, to gossip, just to gossip in my leisure time is the source of pleasure to me. Don't use gossiping, use to gossip, and that will suffice. That is sufficient. And to plus present form of the verb is infinitive, no doubt. Clear? Another example I am giving. Running through the rain is a great amusement to the schoolboys. Last night I gave this example. Running through the rain is a great amusement to the schoolboys. So running is gerund. Undoubtedly it is gerund because it is acting as the subject. It is acting as the subject. And you see that present form of the verb plus ing, actually it is a nonfinite verb. It is a nonfinite verb, and at the same time it is acting as the subject. Clear? So running through the rain is a great amusement to the schoolboys. I have picked up the examples from my mind because I taught in a high school, that is Krishnagar High School, West Bengal, Nadia, for about 38 years. And from my experience of class teaching, just I like to share my experiences with you, my dear friends, nothing else. And my extra earning is that you will like, comment and share my video and subscribe to. However, now use it as infinitive. To run through the rain, is a great amusement to the schoolboys. Just to run through the rain. So in the place of running, you should use to run. Nothing confusing, nothing complicated, nothing complex. Just a very simple construction. Clear? For example, another example I am giving, swimming is good for health. Clear? So swim plus ing, swimming, it is acting as the subject and it is gerund. So you may write, to swim is good for health. Clear? I like singing. I like singing. And singing is acting as the object. I like dancing. Dancing is acting as the object. And all these are the examples of gerund. But you may tell or you may write, I like to sing, I like to dance, etc. I am clearing my doubts. But infinitive can also be used in the purpose. In the purpose, just note down. If you have the exercise book with you, or later you may watch the video very attentively and meticulously so that you may write them down. For example, infinitive can also suggest purpose. Just listen to me. Suggest purpose. What is the meaning of purpose? That is the objective. For example, yesterday I went to Kolkata to meet my ailing uncle. To meet. To plus present form of the verb meet. Clear? To meet. So it is suggesting a purpose. Okay. For example, I entered my grandfather's garden to water the saplings. To water. Here, to is infinitive. To is to plus present form of the verb. To water. So, infinitive can also suggest purpose. Okay. Now, I am giving you some other examples of infinitive. That infinitive can also be used to suggest a negative sense. Negative sense, please note down. For example, the travelers were too fatigued. The travelers were too fatigued to walk. So, to, T-O-O-2 and TO2. That means too fatigued, that means the travelers were so fatigued that they could not walk. Clear? Therefore, infinitive can also be used in the negative sense. Another example I am giving. The happy prince was too polite. The happy prince was too polite to protest. Clear? Too polite. That means the happy prince was so polite that he could not protest. So, infinitive can also be used in such a manner that infinitive suggests purpose. Infinitive suggests the negative form, and infinitive suggests just subject, object, like the gerund. But gerund has also an extra facility. You can use after a preposition that you can't do in the case of infinitive. For example, on hearing the good news, I ran home. On hearing the good news, I ran home. Clear? On hearing. On is preposition and complement is hearing. So, hearing is gerund and on is preposition. Okay. After coming back home, I took a cup of tea. After coming back home, I took a cup of tea. Okay. After is preposition and coming back is gerund. So, preposition plus gerund. So, gerund has three functions. It can act as subject, it can act as object, it can act as the complement to the preposition, that is preposition plus gerund. And infinitive can also act as subject, can also act as object, suggests purpose, suggests negative sense. This is all about gerund and infinitive. Clear? So, practice at home. I shall give you some exercises in my long video and easy step to English grammar. I shall give only some exercises for your practice at home. Those who like to learn English, those who like to communicate very fluently, very elegantly, and very confidently, you can attend my grammar class, an easy step to English grammar. I am a retired teacher from Krishnagore High School, and all of you who like my class, please like, comment, share, clear your doubt, and subscribe too. Thanking all of you. Good night. Stay safe, stay mellow.